Hello everybody and welcome back to another Leeds Daily video. If you are new around here, smash that like button and subscribe as well so you get to see Leeds United daily videos. So in recent news, Leeds United have been linked with quite a few players. Like there's a couple of centre defensive midfielders being linked to the club, there's been a couple of attackers, and there's been a left back who have actually been linked to the club. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about this one specific guy called Pape Gueye. From watching a lot of YouTube videos and reading a lot of Leeds United articles, there's going to be a lot of backlash at the Leeds United board if they don't manage to sign any players in January. It's going to be quite expensive because in January it's a very difficult transfer window to sign players in, but Leeds United have been linked with a fair few amount of players, a couple in midfield, a left back and a couple of strikers. So hopefully they can redeem themselves from the August transfer window. So currently he is playing in Ligue 1 for a club at Marseille. He used to play for Watford, and there used to be this dispute back in 2020 where he joined Watford, but then he rejected Watford to go join Ligue 1 Marseille. And it was a similar type of thing where Dieng wanted to come to Leeds United, or Leeds United wanted to sign this player, and then all of a sudden he just rejected the proposal to join, and then he failed the medical in the first place. So Leeds United have been linked with this 23-year-old centre defensive midfielder from France. Pape Gueye has actually got a lot of interest from a few Premier League clubs. There's Leeds United, Southampton. I can't remember what the other team is, but Leeds United and Southampton are the two teams who are actually eyeing this player up. And it's a bit of a strange one because obviously this season he hasn't really played that many games. I think he's only maybe played 4 or 5 games for Marseille. So I don't really know what is going on there, but I know that he's got a lot of attitude problems, and that's one thing that I don't really like when it comes to players. And that's why when Leeds United were linked with Noah Lang, I didn't like it. Yes, he was a top-class player, but I just didn't like the fact that he always thought he was going to be better than the club and better than everyone else, and I don't really like that. But Pape Gueye, he's an all-round midfielder. He is very strong. He's very good on the ball. He can pick out passes. He scored a couple of goals from midfield as well, but his overall play isn't to score goals, it's to break down play, and I feel like he'd fit very well in this system. You know, he managed to sign Marseille from Watford in 2020 for a rough figure, I think around about £2.7 million. So that's not really anything special, but now I think his current value is between £10 to £15 million. So I feel like Leeds United would have to pay, I reckon maybe signing for around about £8 to £12 million. That's what I feel like he's gonna be signed for. But the manager who is currently there now is Jorge Sampaoli. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's an Argentinian guy, but he didn't really like how Pape Gueye was presenting himself. He wasn't very disciplined. And then in the end, he got replaced. Obviously, Marseille do play more of a wider system than what Leeds United do, and it's going to be an interesting one because with how Leeds United play right now, we are obviously a very narrow system-based team, and I know the last couple of days we have played a lot more wider, or a little bit wider. And from watching YouTube clips, he's very good. He does commit quite a lot of fouls, which it reminds me a little bit like Junior Firpo, where he's a little bit square on. But his overall gameplay, his IQ for the game, he's got very good passing ability. He's very good on the ball. He can drive forward, and I feel like that's what Leeds United need. We need to be more direct when it comes to open play. And for rough figure around about, we'll say around about £10 million, I feel like that would be a steal. But where would Pape Gueye actually fit in? Because if Marc Roca and Tyler Adams are playing, how does Pape Gueye fit into the team? Like, will he play a few minutes here and there? Will he get first team regular starts? I mean, as of for right now, I like Marc Roca, but I feel like he's struggling a little bit. Like when he first joined, he was amazing, and I actually really enjoyed watching him play, especially when he was pinging them balls across the field. But I feel like Pape Gueye reminds me a little bit like Tyler Adams. Like he's very passionate. He goes into tackles a lot. He's very emotional when it comes to games, but his discipline is quite poor. So guys, what do you think of this signing? Like, do you know who he is? Do you know how he plays? But from what I've seen, Southampton are wanting to make a loan to buy option. Now, obviously, with Southampton's manager being sacked, I don't know if Southampton will still go in for the same player. So personally, I feel like it'd be a great signing, maybe a bench option, but I'm not 100% sure. Leave your comments down below and let me know what you think of this signing.